Everything you knew about seduction is wrong. Stop doing what you're doing, because today, I'm revealing the 10 secret techniques of body language that will make any woman fall for you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. All right, picture this. You walk into a bar, you spot the woman of your dreams across the room, and suddenly your confidence takes a nosedive. You start questioning everything. What should you say? How should you approach her? What if you say the wrong thing? But here's the thing, words are only half the battle. The real secret to attraction lies in something much more subtle, something most people overlook: body language. In today's video, I'm diving deep into the 10 foolproof techniques that will help you master the art of nonverbal communication. These are the same techniques that can make any woman notice you, feel connected to you, and yes, even fall for you without you having to utter a single word. Sounds like magic? It's not, it's science. And trust me, once you've got these techniques down, you'll never see interactions the same way again. Have you ever felt that instant spark just by looking at someone? Drop a comment below with a "if you know what I mean." Step 1. Power up your posture. Let's kick things off with one of the most underrated yet powerful aspects of body language: your posture. Now, I'm not just talking about standing up straight like your mom always told you. I'm talking about using your posture to exude confidence, even before you say a word. Imagine this: you walk into a room with your shoulders slumped, your head down, and your eyes fixed on the floor. What does that say about you? Exactly nothing good. Now, flip the script. Shoulders back, chest out, head held high. Just by adjusting your posture, go from looking unsure of yourself to commanding attention. It's flipping a switch. Suddenly, you're radiating confidence and self-assurance, and trust me, women notice this. Your posture is more than just a physical stance, it's a reflection of your mental and emotional state. And here's the kicker: when you stand tall, you actually start to feel more confident. It's a feedback loop that works wonders. But there's more to it than just standing straight. The way you move also says a lot about you. Walk slowly, with purpose, and don't rush. Take your time, after all, you're in control. When you're talking to her, square your shoulders towards her to show that she has your full attention. Little adjustments like this can make a huge difference in how you're perceived. Step 2, flash that genuine smile. Next up, let's talk about your smile. And no, I don't mean that forced, awkward grin that makes you look like you're a horror movie. I'm talking about a warm, genuine smile that lights up your face and instantly puts the other person at ease. A real smile is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. It's disarming, it's inviting, and it's universal. But why is a genuine smile so effective? Simple, it's a signal of warmth and approachability. When you smile, you're telling the other person that you're friendly, open, and confident. And when a woman sees you smile, it can trigger an automatic response in her brain, making her feel more comfortable and more likely to engage with you. Now, here's a pro tip: make sure your smile reaches your eyes. A true smile, or a Duchenne smile, involves the muscles around your eyes, not just your mouth. It's the difference between looking genuinely happy and looking like you're just faking it. So, the next time you catch her eye, flash her that genuine warm smile and see how her demeanor softens. It's like magic, but it's really just good science. What's the worst fake smile you've ever seen? Share your stories in the comments. Let's have a laugh. Step 3, master the art of eye contact. Now let's dive into something that's often overlooked but incredibly powerful: eye contact. You know that moment when you lock eyes with someone across the room and suddenly the world seems to fade away? That's the power of eye contact. But here's where it gets tricky: too much eye contact, and you risk coming off as intense or even a little creepy. Too little, and you might seem disinterested or insecure. So how do you get it right? The key is balance. Hold her gaze just long enough to show you're interested, but not so long that it feels like a staring contest. Good rule of thumb is to maintain eye contact about 60 to 70% of the time during a conversation. This shows that you're confident and engaged, but also respectful of her comfort. And don't forget to smile with your eyes. When you're making eye contact, it adds warmth and shows that you're genuinely interested. There's another layer to this timing. When you first make eye contact, hold it for just a second longer than usual, and then look away. This little trick can create a spark of curiosity and intrigue. It's subtle but incredibly effective. And as the conversation progresses, you can increase the amount of eye contact to build a deeper connection. But remember, always read her reactions. If she's holding your gaze and smiling, you're doing it right. If she looks away quickly or seems uncomfortable, ease up a bit. Step 4, open gestures, open mind. Let's talk about gestures. Have you ever noticed how some people cross their arms or turn their body away when they're talking to someone? These are classic signs of being closed off, and they can send the wrong message, especially if you're trying to build a connection. What you want to do is keep your gestures open and inviting. When you're talking, keep your arms relaxed at your sides or use them to emphasize your points. This shows that you're open, approachable, and confident. Avoid crossing your arms, as this can come off as defensive or disinterested. Also, pay attention to how you position your body. Face her directly to show that she has your full attention. Leaning in slightly when she's talking is another great way to show interest and engagement. And here's something that might surprise you. Your hands can be incredibly expressive. Use them to add emphasis to your words, but be careful not to overdo it. You don't want to come off as overly animated or nervous. A well-timed hand gesture can help convey enthusiasm and sincerity, making your conversation more engaging. Step 5. The power of a subtle touch. All right, now we're getting into some more advanced territory, the art of subtle touch. This is one of the most powerful ways to build rapport and create a connection without saying a word. But in this is crucial, subtlety is key. A light, casual touch on her arm or shoulder can convey warmth and interest, but it has to be done at the right moment and in the right way. So when is the right moment? Pay attention to the flow of the conversation. If she laughs at something you say, that's a great moment to lightly touch her arm. It feels natural and reinforces the positive vibe. Or if you're guiding her through a crowd, a gentle touch on the back can be both protective and considerate. The key is to make sure your touch is always respectful and well received. If she seems comfortable and responds positively, you're on the right track. But if she pulls away or seems uneasy, it's important to back off and give her space. Remember, the goal is to build a connection, not to make her feel uncomfortable. Another thing to consider is the duration and intensity of the touch. A brief, light touch can create a sense of closeness without being too forward. On the other hand, a touch that lingers too long or is too forceful can feel invasive. It's all about reading the situation and adjusting your approach accordingly. Step 6. Synchronize your body movements. Here's a technique that might surprise you: body synchronization. This is a natural phenomenon that occurs when two people are really in sync with each other. It's when your movements and gestures start to mirror the other person's, almost like you're dancing together without even realizing it. And believe it or not, this can be a powerful way to build rapport and create a deeper connection. So how do you use body synchronization to your advantage? Start by paying attention to her movements. If she leans in, you lean in. If she crosses her legs, you can subtly do the same. This kind of mirroring happens naturally when people are really connected, and by doing it consciously, you can create a stronger bond. But here's the catch: it has to be subtle. You don't want to mimic her every move because that can come off as strange or even manipulative. The goal is to create a sense of harmony and connection, not to copy her like a mirror image. Think of it as a way to show that you're on the same wavelength without being too obvious about it. Body synchronization can also extend to other aspects of your interaction. For example, if you're walking together, try matching her pace. If she's speaking softly, lower your voice to match hers. These small adjustments can create a sense of unity and make your interaction feel more intimate and connected. Step 7. Avoid nervous habits. We've all been there. You're nervous and suddenly you're fidgeting like a kid in class. Whether it's tapping your foot, biting your nails, or playing with your drink, these nervous habits can be a huge turn off. They make you look anxious and uncertain, which is the opposite of what you want. So, take a deep breath, relax, and focus on projecting calm confidence. Your vibe will instantly become more attractive. Let's break this down. Nervous habits are usually unconscious, which means you might not even realize you're doing them. But trust me, she notices. Fidgeting, shifting your weight from foot to foot, or constantly touching your face can all signal that you're uncomfortable or lacking confidence, and that's not the message you want to send. So how do you control these nervous habits? The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to your body language in social situations. Were you tapping your fingers on the table? Playing with your phone? If you catch yourself doing these things, make a conscious effort to stop. Instead, focus on slowing down your movements and maintaining a calm, composed demeanor. One of the best ways to combat nervousness is through deep breathing. When you feel your nerves kicking in, take a slow, deep breath. This helps calm your mind and body, making it easier to control those pesky habits. Another technique is grounding yourself. Focus on feeling the weight of your body against the floor or the sensation of your feet in your shoes. This can help anchor you in the moment and reduce anxiety. What's your most annoying nervous habit? Let's get real, confess in the comments. Step 8, respect her personal space. This next one is crucial. Respect her personal space. There's a fine line between being close enough to show interest and being so close that you invade her comfort zone. Start by keeping about an arm's length distance and gauge her reaction. If she seems comfortable, you can gradually close the gap, but always be mindful invading her personal space can make her feel uncomfortable and might just ruin your chances. Personal space is a fundamental part of body language, and it's something you need to be very aware of, especially in the early stages of an interaction. Everyone has their own comfort zone when it comes to personal space, and it's influenced by factors like culture, personal preferences, and the situation at hand. So how do you navigate this? The best approach is to start with a respectful distance about an arm's length is a good rule of thumb. This distance allows for comfortable conversation without feeling too intimate too soon. As the interaction progresses and you sense that she's comfortable with you, you can gradually close the distance. But always be mindful of her cues. If she steps back or leans away, that's a clear sign that you're too close. Respecting personal space also means being aware of how you move within that space. For example, when you're talking, avoid leaning in too close or hovering over her. Instead, keep your movements relaxed and natural and give her plenty of room to feel comfortable. Remember, the goal is to create a sense of safety and comfort, not to overwhelm her with your presence. Another important aspect of respecting personal space is understanding when to give her some breathing room. If you're in a crowded or noisy environment, she might appreciate a little more space to feel comfortable. And if the conversation starts to get intense, a bit of distance can help both of you stay calm and composed. Step 9, adapt to the environment. Another thing to keep in mind is the context of your interaction. Adjust your body language according to the environment. But if you're at a casual get-together, your body language should be relaxed and open. But if you're in a more formal setting like a dinner or an event, keep things a bit more composed and professional. Matching your body language to the situation not only shows that you're aware of your surroundings, but also that you're adaptable, a trait women find incredibly attractive. Adapting to your environment is a critical skill in body language, and it's one that can make or break your interactions. Different settings call for different types of behavior, and being able to adjust your body language accordingly is a sign of social intelligence. It shows that you're not only confident, but also aware and respectful of the context you're in. For example, let's say you're at a casual party with friends. In this setting, you can afford to be more relaxed and expressive with your body language. You might use more expansive gestures, lean back comfortably in your chair, and maintain a relaxed posture. This kind of body language fits the casual, laid-back atmosphere and makes you appear approachable and friendly. On the other hand, if you're at a formal event or a business dinner, you'll want to dial things back a bit. In these situations, more controlled and refined body language is appropriate. Sit up straight, keep your gestures subtle, and maintain a calm, composed demeanor. This shows that you understand the social norms of the setting and that you can carry yourself with dignity and respect. But adapting to the environment isn't just about formality. It's also about reading the room and adjusting to the energy of the situation. For instance, if you're in a lively, energetic environment, like a concert or a sports game, you might want to match that energy with more dynamic body language. But if you're in a quieter, more intimate setting, like a cozy coffee shop, a softer, more introspective body language might be more appropriate. Step 10, end with a lasting impression. Finally, let's talk about the close. How you end an interaction is just as important as how you start it. A strong, positive goodbye can leave a lasting impression and keep you on her mind long after you've parted ways. Whether it's a warm smile, a light touch, or a simple, "It was great talking to you. Let's do this again sometime." Make sure you leave her with something to remember you by. The way you say goodbye can have a huge impact on how she remembers the interaction. If you end on a high note, she's likely to think of you positively and look forward to seeing you again. But if the goodbye is awkward or abrupt, it might leave her with mixed feelings. So, how do you end on a high note? Start by expressing your gratitude. A simple thanks for the great conversation or "I had a really good time talking with you" goes a long way in leaving a positive impression. It shows that you appreciate her time and that you value the interaction. Next, make sure your body language matches your words. Maintain eye contact, smile warmly, and if appropriate, offer a light touch, a handshake, a brief touch on the arm, or even a hug if the situation calls for it. These gestures reinforce your words and leave a strong, positive impression. Finally, if you're interested in seeing her again, don't be afraid to express that. You might say something like, "I'd love to continue this conversation sometime, or let's grab coffee next week." This not only leaves the door open for future interactions, but also shows that you're confident and proactive. Have you ever ended an interaction in a way that left you thinking, "That was perfect"? Share your stories below. I want to hear all about it. And there you have it, the 10 foolproof body language techniques that will help you connect on a deeper level and leave a lasting impression. Remember, body language isn't just about attraction, it's about building real connections. So the next time you're out there, put these tips into practice and see the difference for yourself. And hey, if you've got any tips of your own or stories to share, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them.